From Fort Lee High School Field in Fort Lee, New Jersey, this is Fort Lee Bridgman softball, as today they take on the Cliffside Park Red Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Marc Ernay alongside Mike LoPresti on a beautiful day for softball as Fort Lee comes in with a record of 3-14, but Mike coming off the win over the weekend, 16-6 against Ridgefield Park.
Hey, let's hope that they can use that win, gain some momentum, and beat their arch rival today.
Coming off that win that stopped an 8-game losing streak. Meanwhile, Cliffside Park's last outing on Saturday, a 17-0 victory at Palisades Park, in which Ariana Hartman, who will start for the Red Raiders today, pitched a 4-inning no-hitter, striking out 9 of the 12 batters she faced. Cliffside Park comes in a record of 9-8, 4-8 in the conference, 3-1 in the division. The Bridgemen 2-12 in the Big North, and in the conference, the American, a record of 2-2. I forgot to ask, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I think just running out the string here at Fort Lee High School as a history teacher. We only have about a month left to go, so really looking forward to that summer break.
And, of course, your other existence as the bowling coach at Fairleigh Dickinson. We'll have to get into that as we move along. You and I had a nice long discussion before the NCAA championships. I won't dwell too much on that because I know it wasn't really a mostly positive experience. But, hey, you got to go to Kansas City, so how bad could it have been?
It was great barbecue, that's for sure.
Did you get to Arthur Bryant's, by the way?
No, we didn't.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, it was a little tough. We were in a bubble, so
very true.
getting around.
All right, let's talk softball as we get set for first pitch. The umpires and the coaches going over the ground rules. Cliffside Park will be leading off their second baseman, Mattingly Rodriguez, and we have to assume she comes from a family of Yankee fans.
Has to be, right? So for a first name of Mattingly.
Alexa Bigler, the first baseman, will hit second. She is batting .603 on the year with 12 home runs and 41 RBIs. She is the big bat in the Red Raiders lineup. Ashley Bustamante, the shortstop, hits third. The cleanup hitter, the third baseman, Neve Cabrera. Then it's the center fielder, Miranda Citarella. The catcher, Kalen Benitez, batting sixth. Dariana Sanchez, the designated player, hits seventh. The pitcher, Ariana Hartman, will bat eighth. Jasmine Garcia in left field batting ninth. The right fielder and flex is Desiree Nieves. For the Fort Lee Bridgemen, under head coach Crystal Vargas, center fielder Kelly McCann leads off. Then it's the catcher Joelle Park, followed by the third baseman Luciana Casal. The pitcher Lily Shulman in the cleanup spot. Francesca Arnone at first base batting fifth, followed by the shortstop Su Jungwon. Yishi Wong, the left fielder, hits seventh. Michelle Kim at second base batting eighth. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Francesca Lupino. Cliffside Park, by the way, coached by Brooke Bigler. And as we mentioned, coming off the 17-0 thumping at Palisades Park, in which Ariana Hartman threw that no-hitter. It might have been a perfect game. I'm still trying to get details on that. But it's good to be with you all. Glad you could join us here on YouTube as we get set for high school softball, latter stages of the regular season. Of course, Fort Lee played in the preliminary round of the Bergen County tournament last week. And as we mentioned, ended an 8-game losing streak, Mike, with that win over the weekend at Ridgefield Park.
Well, as we're coming down to the end of the season, right, they always want to end on a positive note. So, that's a nice win, nice way to start this last week of the season.
From what we understand, there are extensive ground rules that need to be reviewed. So this conversation is taking a little bit longer than most.
Now, believe it or not, there was way back when, I remember I'm a history teacher, that this is where the baseball field used to be. But then they added this new gym back in the 1960s, and when they did that, then the dimensions became too short. But they used to play with the big green monster, the big brick monster in right field for many, many years here for the baseball season. Of course, grass field back then. And now I would say maybe a little over a decade or so they played softball here. There was always a conflict with the track, though. They always had a schedule track around softball, and there's sometimes some conflicts.
And we saw some track athletes jogging around the perimeter pregame. They have scattered, gone their own direction. Nice-looking turf field here at Fort Lee. The head-to-head Cliffside Park finally able to beat the Bridgemen. The first meeting of this year, that was 11-1 at Cliffside Park. But the 4 previous meetings had all gone the way of Fort Lee, and they weren't even close. The 2 meetings in 2019, of course, no games last year because of the pandemic, but Fort Lee over the Red Raiders 16-3 and 15-1, and then they had also swept the season series in 2018 by scores of 12-1 and 8-1. But as we mentioned, Cliffside Park comes into this one a record of 9-8, and they have been playing pretty well over the latter stages of their season for head coach Brooke Bigler.
Well, there's nothing better than you have a team that develops and evolves from a team that is, trying to get better, improving and training, and then now putting it all together and having a positive season. That's every coach's dream, right? Is to try to bring them in, teach them, coach them up until they're competitive, playing well.
And if you take a look at the American Division standings in the Big North, Dumont leading the way with a conference mark of 7-7, overall 12-8. They are a perfect 3-0 in the American Division. Cliffside Park 3-1 in division, 4-8 in the Big North, 9-8 overall. Their record on the road just 2-4, 7-4 at home. Fort Lee 3-14 overall, as we mentioned, 2-12 in the Big North, 2-2 in the division. Just 1 win so far this season at home, and the 2 victories on the road. 17 games, they've scored just 69 runs, while Cliffside Park has nearly doubled that total with 137. And we mentioned the big bat of Alexa Bigler, the 12 home runs and 41 RBIs. Mike, you look at this starting lineup for the Red Raiders. Rodriguez hitting over 500, Bigler's over 600, Bustamante is somewhere in the middle at 571, Citarella bats 474, Sanchez at 367, Cabrera at 377. So they are all tough outs, pretty much top to bottom in the lineup. While for Fort Lee, Kelly McCann, the leadoff hitter, is 342. Luciana Casal, the third baseman, playing, or hitting third, I should say, is hitting 385. Schulman, the pitcher, in the cleanup spot, batting 357. But those numbers certainly, just batting average-wise, sort of pale in comparison to what we see from the Red Raiders, who've got a fistful batting over 375.
Well, that's, really uncharacteristically for softball, for women's softball, where it's just a pitching dominant sport. So for Cliffside, either, man, they have a really good hitting coach, or they really haven't faced a lot of really, strong pitchers, or they got a really sharp pencil over there in the official scorer's box.
You see Lily Schulman, the senior right-hander, warming up. And we will be underway momentarily. Certainly a much more comfortable day than it was the last few. Temperatures today topping out right around 70 degrees after we were in the 90s all weekend. In fact, right now here in Fort Lee, it's 64 degrees.
Yeah, I'll take a month's worth of days like today any day. Compared, even though I'm an outdoor guy, baseball guy, and a golfer, and I don't mind warm days, hot days, because that means you're outside in shorts and a t-shirt and you can get a lot done. But days like today, so beautiful out there.
And the first pitch from Schulman to Rodriguez is in for a called strike as we are underway at 4:13 on this Monday afternoon. The 0-1 is too high. Rodriguez, as we mentioned, hitting .526 on the year with a home run and 15 RBIs. 1-1 coming in. It's hit on the ground. A slow roller to second. Scooped up by Kim. And on to first for out number 1.
So you saw right there, right, probably a good reason why Rodriguez is such a high average, right? She bats on the left side. She has some wheels and a routine ground that she almost beat out.
Here's Alexa Bigler hitting .603. 12 homers, 41 RBIs in a second straight. Red Raider hitter from the left side. She takes outside 1-0. Shulman on the year, a record of 2-12. Earned run average is 7.85. The 1-0 is swung on and fouled left side out of play.
And again, another left-hand hitter here batting second, Bigler. And she's same last name as the coach, so wonder if she's either a sister or a cousin or.
It's a family affair.
It is.
Bigler waiting on the 1-1 from Shulman. Here it comes. Low and away for 2-1.
Yeah, Shulman's using a windmill type of pitcher. Windmill style.
Next pitch. Lashed foul left side, and the count evens at 2-2. Fort Lee defensively from first to third. Francesca Arnone, Michelle Kim, Su Jung Wan, and Luciana Casal. The outfield from left to right. Yishi Wang, Kelly McCann, and Francesca Lupino, with Joelle Park behind the plate. This is swung on, grounded to the left side. Third baseman Casal is up with it, and that is in time for out number 2.
And you can see Casal was playing up. She was playing close, almost like in a baseball game. That'd be like a bunt defense. But she needed to because of all the wheels that Bigler has. A lot of speed there.
Ashley Bustamante, the shortstop, is hitting .571 with a home run and 11 RBIs, crowding the plate from the right-hand batter's box. And she takes on the outside corner at the letters for strike 1. The 0-1's up and away.
Yeah, I would think at high school level, whether it's baseball or softball, a really good strategy is to stand right on top of the plate. That forces the pitchers to try to squeeze those pitches inside, and a lot of pitchers don't have the confidence to do that.
Pitch fouled at the plate, so the count 1-2. Shulman a strike away from a 1-2-3. Top of the first. Fouled right side out of play.
And there was an up and in pitch right there, and she got beat. Great pitch by Shulman.
Bustamante did a nice job of staying in the at-bat. Another 1-2. Changeup. Looped into shallow right field, coming on. And making the catch as she tumbles to the turf is Lupino to retire the side. So Cliffside Park goes 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Cliffside Park 0, Fort Lee coming to bat here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning here in Fort Lee. The sophomore right-hander, Ariana Hartman, coming off a no-hitter her last time out on Saturday at Palisades Park. She'll go to work here against Fort Lee's center fielder Kelly McCann, then the catcher Joelle Park, and the third baseman Luciana Casal. McCann batting from the left side, average of .342 on the year for the Bridgman, with no home runs and 5 RBIs. We will set the Red Raiders defense for you momentarily as the first pitch from Hartman misses outside.
Yep, and Kelly set up there to slap that first pitch.
Here's the 1-0 changeup. Looked like it caught the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. That misses way outside for 2-1. Infield for Cliffside Park from first to third, Alexa Bigler, Mattingly Rodriguez, Ashley Bustamante, and Neve Cabrera. That's too high. And the count 3-1.
Well, this is exactly what Fort Lee needs, right? Work the count, get on base, lead off guy on base. And there
That's
it is.
outside, and then you see Kelly McCann trot to first after the leadoff walk. The outfield for Cliffside Park from left to right, Jasmine Garcia, Miranda Citarella, and Desiree Nieves, with Kaylin Benitez behind the plate. Here's Joelle Park batting second. She's at .262 on the year with a home run and 7 RBIs.
Sure.
And she's hit by the pitch. So Park moves to first base. That'll move McCann up to second. And Mike, right off the bat, the Bridgmen have something cooking.
Can't start a game any better than that. First 2 guys up, on base. Now they got heart of the order coming up. Get a person in scoring position.
Luciana Casal's hitting .385 on the year. 2 homers, 12 RBIs, and Hartman having trouble finding the strike zone in the early going. She misses well high for 1-0. Hartman has given up 85 runs in 91 innings of work, but only 49 runs earned. That's an incredible number. Swing and a miss by Casal, and the count 1-1.
Good rip. Well, that's a pretty good indication of Cliffside's defense. They're a little not as strong as they're hitting, that's for sure.
She's walked 55, struck out 72, and now has hit 13 batters. Swing and a foul tip. No, I beg your pardon. It was a swing and a miss and a double steal as McCann takes third and Park swipes second.
And yep, McCann. Yep, and then great call by Coach Vargas there.
Casal goes down on strikes as she chased the high heat. So the first out recorded here in the bottom of the first, but Fort Lee, 2 in scoring position for their cleanup hitter, the pitcher Lily Schulman, who's batting .357 on the year with no home runs and 8 RBIs. She is batting .500 on the season with runners in scoring position. I want to thank Jordan Sarnoff for these tremendous numbers. That's fouled right side. Out of play. I don't think I've ever seen a more comprehensive pack of statistics at the high school level.
Well, that's what Jordan is known for. Definitely in a league of his own.
The spreadsheet not only went from A to Z, but it covered a second set of A's. So it was double A to AZ, and then it was into the C's. 70-something columns.
That's correct. And if you tried to just isolate and just print a certain section, it just didn't work. It was like infinity.
Here's the pitch. It's popped up.
Right field.
Shallow right field. The catch is made. No tag. As Schulman skies to right for out number 2.
You know, Kelly has wheels. I thought she might have tried to score on that.
So now it's to Francesca Arnone, the first baseman, who's hitting 140 on the season. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Trying to pick up her pitcher. That one stays high. Count 1-0.
Right, and that's why. When you have sometimes opportunities don't come often, and that was a good chance to score.
Swing and a miss. So the count 1-1. You see Park leading from second base. McCann is at third with 2 outs. Called strike 2. It's 1-2.
Well, right here, you got to put the ball in play, give your team a chance to score.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the top of the second. Cliffside Park and Fort Lee are scoreless here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Top of the second we go. 4, 5, and 6 for the Red Raiders. Neve Cabrera to start things off against Lily Schulman. She takes ball 1. Cabrera's hitting .377 on the year. No home runs, 14 RBI. She'll be followed by the center fielder Miranda Citarella and the catcher Kaylin Benitez. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Pitch at the letters. So the count 1-1. Schulman worked a 1-2-3, top of the first. She misses away for 2-1. Next pitch on the way, fouled right side. And the count 2-2. Cabrera also right on top of the plate.
Change up.
Just missed, a little deep. And it's a full count on Cabrera. Payoff pitch. Up and away, ball 4. Cabrera draws a leadoff walk. First Red Raider to reach base.
Just missed. That was a pretty good sequence there, trying to change speeds and going after that outside corner. Just missed.
Here's Citarella, the center fielder. She's hitting .474 with a home run and 5 RBIs. Throw to first as they try to pick off Cabrera. Not in time.
I love that play, that backdoor pick. That's awesome. That's remember in softball it's only a force. No tag there.
This will be a 1-0 to Citarella. Popped up on the right side. Underneath is Wong. She makes the catch for out number 1. And no advance by Cabrera.
Yeah, I think that was Francesco Lupino in right?
Oh, beg your pardon.
Yep.
Right field.
Yep.
I got turned around.
That's all right. I have her in class, so I'm sure I'm going to get some beef if. But we got a stolen base there now.
Cabrera swipes second. That gives Cliffside Park a runner in scoring position. Pitch up and away.
Now, I believe the rule is they cannot leave the bag until the ball reaches the catcher, or is it on release? Is it on release? Or
I believe it's on release.
On release, right? Right.
That's
great.
Taken on the outside corner.
Yeah, that's a great spot right there.
In fact, there was a playoff game, I think, that ended over the weekend on a runner that left too early. With her team down a run. That's punched into shallow right field.
To first.
Actually, at first base, Ernay makes the grab.
Now, you got to remember, give fans out there, because of COVID rules, we are televising or broadcasting this game from inside the gym. So we're calling it.
Right. The good news is we have a monitor. We don't have to look through the wall.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of tough.
It's like the big leagues, right? They were calling the games, the Met game, away games from Citi Field.
I'll tell you what, over the weekend, the White Sox announcers actually showed up in the Bronx. Susan Waldman almost teared up. She was so happy to see them. It's the first time anybody's traveled. That's a foul tip.
Yeah, you're going to see it more often now, right? As the mask rules.
We're hearing probably by the All-Star break, everybody should be back on the road.
Well, that'd be great.
Sanchez hitting .367 on the year, no home runs, 8 RBIs. Pitches in the dirt, and the throw.
No, did not go.
No advance.
See, now
not
dirt,
made.
Yeah, when the ball's in the dirt like that, it's a good time to risk. But man, in scoring position, maybe the risk isn't such a good idea.
Now you have to have your mind made up before the pitch. And there's a called strike 3 as Schulman works out of her first jam of the day. She records her first strikeout. No runs, no hits for Cliffside Park. No errors and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Cliffside Park and Fort Lee remain scoreless here in Fort Lee, NJ. Bottom of the second, Su Jungwon, Yishi Wang, and Michelle Kim. 6, 7, and 8 hitting for the Bridgemen. As Wang's hitting .273 on the year, no home runs, 4 RBIs. And she's behind in the count against Ariana Hartman, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. As Wang strikes out, third K recorded by Hartman.
So it's all about contact, right? So you want to go short, stroke, at the ball, making contact. Right now, it looks like Fort Lee swings are a little long.
Here's Yishi Wong hitting .333 on the year. No home runs, 6 RBI. She takes up and away for 1-0. That is on the inside corner.
That's a great
1-1.
pitch. Great pitch. Little breaking ball.
And the change of speeds, if you can pull it off at this level, you're instantly in the driver's seat. There's a swing and a miss at a pitch that might have been ball 2. Instead, it's 1-2.
But the sequence was great there, right? Come after a little off-speed pitch, and then you throw a high heater. That's exactly what we were talking about, the adjustment of speeds.
Swing and a miss. That is the 3rd consecutive strikeout for Hartman and her 4th of the day. Michelle Kim, the second baseman, hitting .302. No home runs, 13 RBIs. And after the walk and the hit batter, Hartman's retired 5 in a row, Mike. Slow roller towards second. Rodriguez on to first in time to retire the side. Fort Lee goes 3 up, 3 down, and we go to the top of the 3rd. It's Cliffside Park nothing and Fort Lee nothing here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Let's go to the top of the 3rd. Ariana Hartman, the pitcher, leading off for Cliffside Park in a scoreless game against Lily Schulman, who misses up and away. Hartman on the year batting just .135. She does have a home run, though, and 6 RBIs. 1-0 pitch is fouled straight back for 1-1. This the next to last home game for Fort Lee. Their home finale tomorrow.
Great pitch.
Swung on and missed.
Great off-speed pitch right there.
Yeah, when you can fool your opposite number, you know you're pitching well. It'll be a 1-2 from Schulman. She misses up and away.
I don't know how many games you're doing, but I got to bring it up. I mean, like, it seems to this year, either every team went to all black uniforms so they don't show the stains, or there was like a big special this year, of course, of the pandemic special. Everybody gets black uniforms. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I haven't done a game with 2 teams wearing the same scheme. And I have done a bunch of softball, mostly college. Swing and a miss as Hartman goes down on strike. 2nd straight K for Schulman. That's the first out here in the 3rd. It brings up the 9-hitter, Jasmine Garcia, who's playing left field today, batting .269 with no home runs, 3 RBIs, and she swings and misses at a pitch well out of the strike zone.
Well, maybe it's because I did some high school baseball. Maybe just a coincidence, but you have, Tenafly's black and orange, Fort Lee's black and orange, Cliffside's black and red. You have Dumont, black and orange. It's supposed to be brown and orange, but they showed up, or a really dark brown or black. So if you weren't paying attention, you can get lost.
Schulman's in a groove. Here's an 0-2. She wastes it high. 1-2 on Garcia. The leadoff hitter, Mattingly Rodriguez, Waits on deck. 1-2 from Lily. Bounces in for 2-2.
So apparently, as the athletic lore right here in Fort Lee, they went with the black and orange because when the school was built, they wanted to give an image of a strong academic institution.
That's lashed
Base hit.
into right field. Throw to first. Gets away. And on the play, Garcia moves up to second. That'll be a single and an E9 on Lupino.
Lupino tried to go 9-3, get the force there. It was a little late and a little offline, and unfortunately he goes to dead ball area, so batter runner goes all the way to second. But they wanted to get an academic strong, so they borrowed the colors of Princeton.
How about that?
Yeah.
Here's Rodriguez, who grounded to second her first time up, and she takes a belt-high strike. 0-1. Sometimes I get choked up when pretty pitches like that get called strikes.
Well, there's a lot of pollen out there, you know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff flying around the sky this time of the year. You know, I mean, I just gave up trying to clean my car. The colors changed to like that bright green.
Tapped foul, so it's 0-2. Shulman a strike away from... And she gets the called strike for out number 2. That's her third strikeout.
You know, and that time she got away with it. When 0-2, you had Garcia 0-2 and let up a single. This time she changed speeds and got the K.
And Bigler is intentionally walked. She came in batting over 600 on the season. Not a bad idea by head coach Crystal Vargas. Leaves it up to the 3-hitter, Ashley Bustamante, who popped out to Lupino in right field to end the first inning.
Well, it sets up a force without question. But I don't know. As a coach, walk the number 2 to face the number 3. I don't know. But it sets up a force, so let's see if it works out.
Shulman finds the outside corner for strike 1. No score, top of the third. Cliffside Park has runners on first and second with 2 outs. The 0-1 up and away. And apparently, Garcia faked a break.
Yep, 2 outs, trying to get things moving. See if they get a backdoor throw and try to steal on the catcher.
Park was up to the challenge. Little tapper back to the pitcher, Hartman. Beg your pardon, Shulman makes the play for out number 3. So Cliffside Park's retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Basically, beg your pardon, it's 1 error and 2 left. Now we go to the bottom of the third. Still no score between Cliffside Park and Fort Lee. To the bottom of the third we go in a scoreless game. Marc Ernay, Mike LoPresti with you from Fort Lee High School Field. Francesca Lupino, the 9-hitter. Then back to the top of the order for the Bridgemen, Kelly McCann and Joelle Park against Ariana Hartman.
Let's see if Francesca can get something going here. She needs to make contact, put the ball in play.
Lupino hitting .250 on the year, no home runs, 6 RBIs. And she takes a breaking ball strike for 0-1. Hartman walked the leadoff hitter in the first inning, McCann, then hit Park, but has since retired 6 in a row, coming off a no-hitter on Friday. I beg your pardon, on Saturday over at Palisades Park. 1-1 on the inside corner. Beg your pardon, it was 1-2. And Lupino goes down looking. Strikeout number 5 for Ariana Hartman.
How many innings was that?
That was 4 innings.
Well,
a 4-inning no-hitter. She struck out 9.
And she still has it going this game.
McCann takes up and in. Walked, moved up to second when Park was hit, and they pulled off a double steal, but were stranded in the first inning at second and third. That's too high off the mitt of the catcher Benitez. 2-0 on Kelly McCann, who came in hitting .342 on the season. No home runs and 5 RBIs. The 2-0 is popped up. No play. Benitez couldn't see it through the face mask.
See, this is the thing, the difference between baseball and softball. It looks to me like Kelly is a natural righty, but has learned to bat lefty because she's closer to first, and she's a pretty fast runner.
Here's the pitch from Hartman. Bunted. Foul. To the backstop. And the count 2-2.
All right. So here it is, right? That's put the ball in play. Nice short stroke, make contact.
Foul to the screen. Count holds at 2-2.
That's a good approach right there. Spoiled. Really good pitch.
See Mattingly Rodriguez, the second baseman, standing, about 15 feet away from home plate to guard against the bunt. She backs up now and comes in. Pitch misses away. It's 3-2 now on Kelly McCann.
Right. Kelly, I don't know. Somebody playing that close?
I don't think I've ever seen a second baseman that close.
Should be drooling.
Payoff pitch is popped up
deep
to right field and actually carried out. And Nieves makes the play for out number 2.
Nice rip. Nice at bat by Kelly there.
See the breeze blowing at about 10 miles an hour here in Fort Lee. Here's Joelle Park. She was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Came in batting .262 for the year with a home run and 7 RBIs. Lays off the pitch well high. 8 in a row retired by Hartman. Her 1-0. Foul to the screen.
That's different. You got a lot of discipline and lay off that high pitch. You know, everything's coming from low to high in softball.
This will be a 1-1 from Hartman. Too low.
By trying to change speeds there.
Hartman working quickly. 2-1. Also low, so now 3-1 on Park with Luciana Casal hoping to get a turn on deck. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. So Park has reached base, both plate appearances. Second walk allowed by Ariana Hartman, and it breaks up a string of 8 straight that she had retired. Here's Casal hitting .385 when the game began. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Struck out her first time up. And she pops this one up on the infield, and it's dropped. No play.
Foul ball.
Bigler couldn't squeeze it at first base, and it falls out of play. So new life for Casal.
That's exactly right. New life. You know, luckily it was foul. Well, actually, unfortunately, it's foul. If it's fair, it should be on first base.
Exactly. In pro ball, they would call that an error for prolonging the at-bat.
Yes, it would be.
There's a called strike on Casal, so it's 0-2.
Well, probably in Fort Lee, too, and I don't know about Cliffside.
Pitch from Hartman up and away. Runner goes, and she's safe. So Park has her second stolen base of the afternoon.
That's a great time to do it right there. 2 outs, get a person in scoring position here. Now a base hit can give the Bridgemen the lead.
And she takes another ball. Park came in 6 of 7 in the stolen base department, so now she's 8 for 9 on the season. Slugged out to second base. Rodriguez puts a squeeze on it, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the top of the 4th. Cliffside Park, no score. Fort Lee, no score here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Let's go to the top of the 4th in a scoreless softball game here in Fort Lee. Marc, Ernay, Mike LoPresti. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. It's good to see you in person.
Yes. Yes, I'm having a blast, too. This is like a little part-time, fun little gig I got going now.
Heart of the order for the Red Raiders, Cabrera, Citarella, and Benitez. And Neve, who walked and stole second in the 2nd inning, swings and misses at the pitch from Schulman. Lily's 1-0 is up and away for 1-1.
So, like, since 1983, I coached baseball in the spring, all different levels, and then I retired a couple of springs ago. So I played a lot of golf, but then last year during the pandemic, that kind of like didn't happen. So it's kind of like had this big gap or give void, and then this opportunity came, and I'm really having a blast.
There you go. Have you been back on the golf course?
A little bit.
Okay. Pitch to Cabrera is popped in right field, and it's over the head of Lupino. Rounding first, pulling into second. It'll be a ground rule double as it rolled out of play. So Cabrera is on base with the first leadoff hit of the day, the first extra base hit for Cliffside Park, and the Red Raiders have a chance to break the scoreless tie.
Well, let's see what they do. They're going to bunt her over. They're going to put the person in motion. Let's see what happens here.
Citarella popped to right her first time up, and she fouls this one to the screen. Looked like she was trying to go the other way, which is what you want to do with a runner on second to get the runner over to third.
Clearly a productive outs, right? Hit behind the runner. So if it goes through, it's a run. If it doesn't, just look at the base, extra base, advancing to third.
Small ball becoming a lost art Breaking ball missed outside for 1-1.
I'm glad you said that. I've been saying it for years that teams don't bunt enough, teams don't run enough. The hit and run, forget about it. You never see it on the baseball side. Such a potent play.
Here's the 1-1 on the ground to short. In time for out number 1. And the throw got away. Scoring is Cabrera on the error. And Cliffside Park jumps in front, 1-0.
So on that play right there, we got the out at first, but the runner on second tried to take the extra base on the throw across the diamond. So they're trying to basically steal the base on the first baseman there. And it worked spectacularly because the throw ended up getting away, and now they get a run out of it.
E3 that allows the run to score. With 1 out, it's Kaylin Benitez. She popped to first, her first time up. So no RBI for Citarella. And for all intents, as we've been talking about productive outs, that was an unproductive out, but as luck would have it for Cliffside Park, they were able to scratch out the run anyway.
Well, Cabrera was aggressive and ended up working out. She gets all credit for that play.
Pitch to Benitez into right field. That splits the outfielders and falls for a hit. So Benitez is on with a 1-out knock.
Well, it looks like they're going with the pitch now, right? So Shulman is like pounding away on most of her pitches, and it looks like Cliffside's adjusting to that, and they're trying to hit everything the other way.
There's Dariana Sanchez, the designated player. Or do we have a pinch hitter?
Looks like somebody different.
Umpire has gone to his scorecard.
Can we tell what number it is?
I thought it was 6, and that was Sanchez.
Well, Sanchez is 6, right? Let's see here. Oh, ponytail's in the way, though. Number 2.
I still see a 6.
Okay.
In any event, it's 0-1 with a runner at first. That's too low. Good scoop by Park as Benitez dances off of first.
Yeah,
Could be that there's a pinch runner, too. Swing and a miss. Throw to second is wide. I think what we have is Juliana Baldwin pinch running. I believe that was the change. That's popped up near the plate. Park gives it a look, but runs out of room. Yeah, 6 at the plate, 8 on second base. So that's the change. Not Benitez on base. It's Baldwin.
right. So the catcher, you're allowed a speed-up runner for the catcher. Catchers and pitchers, they get on base, they're allowed to speed up.
Swing and a miss. For strike 3, there's out number 2. As Baldwin holds at second. That's the 4th strikeout recorded by Shulman. And it brings up Ariana Hartman, who struck out her first time up. Throw to third, slide, not in time, as Baldwin gets in safely.
Joelle did a great job behind the plate, keeping the ball in front. Quick snap throw. Runner just beat the tag.
Call it a stolen base. Second in a row for Baldwin. And the count on Hartman now 2-0. That's up and away for 3-0. So Cliffside Park has broken through. And they're looking to add on one more with 2 outs here in the fourth. 3-0 pitch taking all the way was Hartman, and it's right down Lemoyne for 3-1.
Yeah, right down Lemoyne at 2 in the morning.
3-1 pitch into right field. There's a base hit. RBI single for Hartman, her 7th ribby of the year. Baldwin scores, and now Cliffside Park has opened up a 2-0 lead.
And that's what happens when you fall behind in the count right there. So on a 3-1 pitch, great count to hit. Ball goes in a really, a lot of plate. And again, Cliffside hitting the ball the other way. Hitting the ball at right field.
Jasmine Garcia singled her first time up. Then moved up to second on a throwing error by Lupino in right field.
Two-way though, right? So right now they need to take advantage of the number 9 hitter here. Some hitters bat 9th for a reason. And the Bridgmen need to get in the dugout.
Garcia came in hitting .269 on the year. Schulman's first pitch down low. Runner on the move, and she'll take second base. Another pinch runner, that's Meadow Aligo. So give her a stolen base. Third steal of the inning for the Red Raiders. Popped up near the plate. And Joelle Park could not make the play.
Yeah, but that play on the ball, any ball hit to the catcher, it's going to have a lot of backspin on it, a lot of spin. And the idea is you have to turn your back to the pitcher's mound so the ball spins right back to you.
And a basket catch might help in that situation too. That
Clearly.
pitch is over the head of the batter.
Right, because the catcher's, it's a glove. It's not really, it doesn't have it's hinged, but it definitely has less fingers on it. It's more like a mitt. And the basket catch using 2 hands definitely would help keep the ball in the glove.
That's in the dirt. Runner goes. Park's throw not in time.
Yep, again, Joelle does a good job keeping the ball in front. Nice quick throw, a little short. And then you had Luciana Casal there, keeping the ball in front too. Stopping the ball from going down the left field line.
So Aligo's at third, and now the count full on Garcia. Big pitch here for Lily Schulman. 2 runs have scored for Cliffside Park here in the fourth. She's trying to avoid any further damage. Misses outside and high for ball 4. Third walk allowed by Schulman, the second of the unintentional variety. And to the top of the order we go for Mattingly Rodriguez, who's got 0 for 2 so far with a ground out and a strikeout.
Well, Cliffside, that's it. Put the person in a run. You knew that was going to happen.
So Garcia steals second. 5th stolen base of the inning.
And Cliffside's just going to keep running until Fort Lee can throw him out.
Second and third now. And Rodriguez skies this one into shallow left. Moving over toward the line to make the catch is Wong. And the side is finally retired, but not before Cliffside Park comes up with 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and there were 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Cliffside Park 2, Fort Lee nothing. Here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Bottom of the fourth inning we go. 4, 5, and 6 for the Bridgemen. Lily Schulman, the pitcher. Francesca Arnone, the first baseman. And then So Jung Won, the shortstop, against Ariana Hartman, who's been staked now to a 2-0 lead. Hey, good news, Mike, on the boys' tennis front.
What happened?
Fort Lee wins first round of the North 2 Group 2 state sectionals, defeating Voorhees in a shutout. Next up for the Bridgemen on Wednesday, they'll play Hanover Park.
That's awesome.
Schulman popped out to right her first time up, so she is 0 for 1. Looking to help herself after those 2 runs scored in the top of the inning for the Red Raiders.
Now, what seed? What seed are the Bridgemen? The 5 seed? So they're going to be on the road. Yeah.
Slow roller foul up the third base line.
Very dangerous. You got to touch that ball. Even though the ball stopped there, you never know. A breeze could knock it. If that ball rolls back fair onto the line, that's a fair ball. That's why you got to touch it while it's foul.
Be a payoff pitch to Schulman. Too high, ball 4. Third walk allowed by Hartman. Schulman's on for the first time today.
Well, that's what Fort Lee needed, right? After allowing 2 runs, you want to get some of those runs back. You want to cut the lead in half. That's what you want to do. You know, trying to tie the score might be a big order. So trying to get 1 run here in the best way is lead off guy on.
So Schulman's at first for Francesca Arnone, who struck out to end the first inning. And we've got a pinch runner apparently for Schulman.
Yep. Speed up runner for the pitcher. It's automatic. Anybody from the bench they have to designate the runner earlier in the game, and that runner can enter the game as a sub.
Bunted in front of the plate. Nice bunt. Thrown to first in time, so Arnone is retired. Sacrifice successful. It goes 1-3. As the runner moves up to second base.
And there's your small ball. That's it. There's your bunt. How about that? Just don't see enough of that, particularly on the baseball side.
Eva Papavasilu, the runner. That one's bunted up the first base line. The throw in time as Juan is retired on a nice play by the Cliffside Park defense, but it allows the runner to take third.
All right, so it's up to Yishi here.
She was out, right?
Yep.
Okay. Here's Wong, who struck out her first time up. Right on top of the plate against Schulman. Beg your pardon, against Hartman. And she takes for 1-0.
Well, you get a person on third. Good teams are able to get him in. 2-out hits, 2-out rallies are what good teams are made of.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. See Wong wearing the mask as she bats and takes strike 2. Fortunately, Mike, we'll see fewer and fewer of those. The masks being worn outside as the days go by. The COVID restrictions continue to be lifted. Speaking of lifted, this is on the infield, and it's squeezed for out number 3 by Cabrera at third base. So the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 5th. Cliffside Park 2, Fort Lee 0. Let's go to the top of the fifth inning. Cliffside Park with a 2-0 lead. Alexa Bigler leading off, and she hits the first pitch into left field for a base hit. Bigler came in hitting over 600 on the season.
And it's clear that Cliffside's whole game plan on the offense is to hit the other way. Every hitter looks like trying to go with the pitch, hitting the ball deep, let the ball travel in the zone, hit the ball deep, go the other way.
Ashley Bustamante's 0 for 2 with a pop out and a ground out. Back to the pitcher, Schulman, her last time up.
She pulls it.
This one is pulled into shallow left. Another base hit. Back-to-back singles for Cliffside Park as Bigler stops at second base.
Yeah, that was an off-speed pitch. He was able to turn on it a little bit, but Cliffside has it going again.
It's number 5 and 6 off of Schulman. Neve Cabrera has not been retired today. She walked in the second inning, doubled and scored in the fourth. She hits this one the other way. Throw to first appeared to be in time for out number 1, and the runners had to hold.
Well, I think it's second and third. Didn't the runners move up? Yeah, runners moved up.
Oh, I beg your pardon. The runners moved up.
Yeah, the ball was
ground ball to second. Right.
Right.
Hello. You'd think I would know that, having watched this game for more years than I'll ever admit. Here's Miranda Citarella. 1 run is in on the ground ball.
That was bobbled. Wasn't played cleanly.
That was not played cleanly by, that appears to be Juan at short.
Mm-hmm.
So an error that allows Citarella to take first base. Bigler scores, and it's now 3-0 Cliffside Park.
It was like lightning. In a matter of a few pitches, bing, bang, boom. And you got to run in, 3 runners on, 3 base runners. Now it's first and third, no out. With 1 out. So trying to settle her down, right? Trying to shut Schulman down. She's throwing strikes. And, this is like third time around. That's usually the toughest one when pitchers, third time around. Me being a pitcher, a long-time pitcher, that's the difference between, getting the big guns out. Third time around is always the toughest.
Here's Kalen Benitez, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Throw to third.
Got to run down.
And the slide. Looks like she got in there. Out.
Yes.
Beg your pardon. Out.
Looks like the throw beat it, but it's really tough inside here. We're trying to judge based on video, so
Bustamante is retired. Citarella moves up to second base. Punched into shallow center. Nice basket catch made by McCann to retire this side. Cliffside Park able to add 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Cliffside Park 3 and Fort Lee 0. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth as Fort Lee will try to cut into a 3-0 Cliffside Park lead. 8, 9, and 1 due up against Ariana Hartman as the Bridgemen will send up Michelle Kim, Francesca Lupino, and Kelly McCann. Kim grounded out to second base, her first time up today.
What Fort Lee needs to do right here, the bottom of the order, needs to set the table for the top of the order.
There's a called strike on the outer half. It's 0-1. Hartman has walked 3 and hit a batter. She has not allowed a hit. This is a looper in the right field. There it is. The no-hitter broken up on the leadoff single by Michelle Kim here in the bottom of the fifth.
There you go. She had 8 consecutive no-hit innings. And let's see now. Third inning that Fort Lee has had a leadoff hitter. Leadoff batter, leadoff runner.
Lupino struck out looking her first time up, shows bunt, pulls back, and takes high for ball 1. 3/4 of the Cliffside Park infield charging in on the pitch.
I'd love to see the old Butcher Boy play, right? The old Casey Stengel Butcher Boy play. Whoa!
Swing and a miss. Pitch got away from the catcher Benitez, but no advance.
Right, that's when you show bunt and then you pull back and slap the ball down.
Chop it on the ground, and certainly on the turf, it's easier to pull it off
Could work.
than on natural grass. So Lupino waits on a 1-1.
But I'm dating myself there.
That's too high, 2-1.
You think any of the players on Fort Lee know who Casey Stengel was?
Oh, no. No. But they have Google.
Yeah, the Google machine has all the answers.
2-1 is bunted in front of the plate. Scooped up by Cabrera coming in from third. And the throw is in time. Sacrifice successful. But Lupino's retired on the bunt for out number 1.
All right, so here we go. Top of the order now. Runner in scoring position.
Kelly McCann 0 for 1 with a walk and a pop out. Bunts it on the ground to the pitcher Hartman, who throws to first.
Did she beat it out?
And I believe
She did not.
she just was out by half a step. But another sacrifice bunt. That's the 4th in the last 2 innings for the Bridgemen. And Kim moves up to third. So now it's up to Joelle Park, who has not been retired today, hit by a pitch and walked.
And we have a second straight inning with the same scenario. Runner on third with 2 outs.
Little slow roller to third, scooped up by Cabrera, on to first. Nice scoop by Bigler for out number 3, side retired. Fort Lee goes down with 1 hit, no errors and 1 left. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Cliffside Park 3, Fort Lee nothing. Let's go to the top of the sixth. The bottom third of the order due up for Cliffside Park in the designated player Dariana Sanchez, the pitcher Ariana Hartman, and the left fielder Jasmine Garcia. Sanchez, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts against Lily Schulman, takes low for ball one. I'm Marc, he's Mike, and I think I can speak on behalf of both of us when I say I'm glad you're tuned in to our broadcast here on YouTube from Fort Lee High School. That wasn't out of turn, right?
No way. I think this is one of the great things that we've learned, that we can do these live stream games and really benefit. So the parents can stay home safely, just watch the game.
Swing and a miss as Sanchez took a big rip. It's 2-1.
We have here at Fort Lee, we have a really good system, really good setup, and it's great that we're able to do this and do the play-by-play and do the color. It's just fantastic. I don't think a lot of schools are getting that done like we're doing it here.
No, and certainly the modern technology helps. Don't need a phone line.
Yes.
Just need an internet connection.
Mm-hmm. And as a coach, I don't know, but for me, it was really good. Less anxiety when the parents were home watching rather than breathing down your neck.
Here's the 3-1. It's a line drive over the head of the shortstop. One and into left field for a leadoff single. Sanchez on base for the first time today.
And that's exactly what Cliffside wants to do, right? Get the leadoff person on, and that's not exactly what Fort Lee needs there. So right now, Fort Lee needs a ground ball, try to get the lead off, try to get the lead runner. But just following the history of the game, Cliffside Park is probably going to run, try to take the base. You got it. It's like a pitch runner.
Yeah, fourth time today that the Red Raiders have had their leadoff batter reach. We'll get you the pinch runner in just a sec. First, we'll tell you Ariana Hartman, 1 for 2 on the day, an RBI single and a strikeout. She, in fact, has the only Cliffside Park RBI in the 3 runs they've scored. Up high, throw is wide. Ooh. Stolen base. And the throw actually got away, so the runner gets up and takes third. That'll be a steal and an E2.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes when the catcher's strong throw, had the distance, but was into the runner. And then so what happens is to avoid a collision, the fielders sometimes have difficulty picking up the ball. And it went all the way into the outfield and then lost another base.
A runner at third now with nobody out as Hartman swings and misses.
So right now, is Fort Lee playing up a little bit, trying to cut the runner off at home? Looks like they are.
It appears they are. Certainly very tight at first for Arnone. Fouled back to the screen by Hartman. Trying to help herself out.
Good rip right there. Just missed it.
Next pitch. Breaking ball. Called a strike on the outside corner for out number 1 as Hartman is K'd for the second time today. Strikeout number 5 for Schulman.
A little too close to take with 2 strikes.
Next up, Jasmine Garcia, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk.
Right now it's good. Our Michelle Kim, second base, should be backing up the pitcher, the transfer catcher to pitcher throw, making sure.
Too high.
Right. With the runner on third, and if the pitcher fudges it, it's going to be a run there. I'm surprised it's not like a squeeze play or something in that nature.
Well, Kim is playing in very tight at second base.
Pop up.
Popped up wide of first. And I believe it went out of play. So Garcia stays in the at-bat. Runner at third with 1 out. Cliffside Park looking to add on to a 3-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the left side. Couldn't be handled cleanly. And the run scores as Garcia reaches first. It's now 4-0 Cliffside Park. That should be an E5. And again, no RBI.
And Fort Lee had it all set up. Clean play right there. You got the play at home. Runner on third was going on first contact. But when you're playing up close like that, sometimes, those hard hit balls, they chew you up, beat you up.
I believe it's Andrea Pulgarin pinch hitting here. Throw to second, the slide.
Ooh.
And they dropped the ball. Juan could not hold on. Crystal Vargas arguing that the bobble came on the transfer after the tag, but base umpire's not buying that.
Nope. She has an argument, though, I think.
It was close. See, if we had a replay, that would be something that you might challenge. Instead, Garcia steals second. And Pulgarin fouls it back. Gets away from Park behind the plate. And that will allow Garcia to take third, a wild pitch.
Yeah, tough break. Ball deflected. Schulman needs to sprint home, cover the bag, even though the run didn't come all the way around. She can get caught napping if she doesn't do it.
Pulgarin hitting .421 on the season. Lashes that one foul right side.
And again, you can see the whole game plan, the whole hitting philosophy is let the ball travel into the zone and then hit the ball the other way.
Pitch from Schulman. Another foul right side out of play.
I wonder if any foul balls go on Lemoyne, hit any cars out there.
It's funny, I've called some baseball games at Fairleigh.
Well.
And you well know that the baseball field abuts Route 4. There's a called strike 3 as Pulgarin goes down looking for out number 2.
Yeah,
number 6 for Schulman.
When they rebuilt that field, they tried looking at all different ways, like actually hitting toward Route 4, which would have been really cool, nice high fences and stuff, but the road, they didn't have enough space with the road there. I mean, they couldn't get permission to move the road deeper.
Bigler skies it to right. I beg your pardon, to left. But it goes foul, out of play, as Wong ran out of room.
That was a long strike right there.
Yeah, so I warn people, if they're driving on Route 4 during a game, make sure you're not in the right lane, and you probably don't want to be in the center lane if you're heading westbound on 4.
I mean, over the years, they've dodged a lot of bullets with foul balls on that road right there.
They do have a very high screen. I
They
will
do.
give them credit.
They do now. For years, they didn't.
No. Breaking ball taken by Bigler. It's 1-1. Alexa's grounded out, walked intentionally, singled, and scored. So she's 1 for 2. Came in batting .603 on the season. 1-1 pitch, too low. Good scoop by Park. That saved a run. We're in the top of the 6th. Cliffside Park now a 4-0 lead. Trying to sweep the season series for the first time in a long time. On the ground is second. Up with it, Kim. In time to retire the side. But Cliffside Park adds a run on one hit. There were 2 errors and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Red Raiders of Cliffside Park 4. The Fort Lee Bridgemen, nothing here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Let's go to the bottom of the sixth inning as Fort Lee tries to cut into a 4-run deficit. Casal, Schulman, and Arnone, 3, 4, and 5 due up against Ariana Hartman, who coming off a no-hitter on Friday against Ridgefield Park is working on, I beg your pardon, against Palisades Park on Saturday. Boy, I got my entire calendar turned around. She's working on a one-hitter here. I was trying to spit out. There's a hot shot. And the throw from the left side of the infield in time. Nice play by Cabrera at third to retire Casal, who is now 0 for 3 on the day.
Perfectly positioned, right at him. One hopper.
Here's Schulman, the pitcher for the Bridgmen. Flied out to right and walked, so officially 0 for 1. Here's a pop-up on the infield. Under it, the third baseman again. Cabrera has been busy. That's 3 straight putouts for her.
Well, Fort Lee's being aggressive right now, putting the ball in play. See if you hit the ball where they're not playing right now. Need to get a rally going here. 2-out rally.
And here's Francesca Arnone, who struck out and put down a sacrifice bunt, the first of 4 Bridgman sacrifice bunts in the 4th and 5th innings.
All right, the old adage, right? You got to hit him where he ain't.
Arnone waiting on a 1-0, and now it's 2-0 as that missed inside. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Hartman. 2-1. Inside 3-1. And that's too high as Arnone draws a 2-out walk. 4th walk allowed by Hartman this afternoon.
Well, you know, the most consistent offensive play by Fort Lee was a bunt. So right now, I don't think we'll see that right now with 2 outs.
Crystal Vargas talking strategy with So Jung Won as the shortstop steps up. She has struck out and laid down a sacrifice bunt. I believe we have a runner for Arnone. You can always tell something's up when the home plate ump goes to the scorecard in the pen. Pitch to Juan, trying to go the other way, fouled it back to the screen.
Yeah, So Jung right here. She kind of steps in the bucket a little bit, but her hands are quick.
This one popped up to the right side. Goes out of play.
Right, hands are quick, but sometimes what happens is if you open up a little too early, the bat drags a little bit and it loops, and that just happened on that last swing. The bat head needs to go direct to the ball.
Counts 0-2. Inside, good scoop by Benitez behind the plate.
And that's what she's doing. That's what So Jung's doing. She's practicing that. Get the barrel of the bat direct to the ball, almost like a chop swing.
And you see Polgarin stayed in the game to play second base after hitting for Rodriguez in the top of the inning. Juan from 0-2 has worked the count even. That's just high. And now a full count. So with 2 outs, the runner at first will be off with the pitch.
She should be. Play should be at first.
3-2. Pop to right. It's got some distance. It's way back. It's over the head of Nieves. And a double for Juan as the runner stops at third. So second and third with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. First extra base hit of the day for Fort Lee.
That was a rip right there. I see. So that she went more direct that time. Solid contact, and the ball just took off. Great work.
Yi Wong, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out. 2 runners in scoring position here. As the Bridgemen have a chance to cut Cliffside Park's lead in half. Mike.
Yes, base hit right here. Cuts the lead in half.
Big spot for Wong, who came in hitting .333 and takes ball 1.
Well, Yishi right now popped out to third last time. But she's working the count very, very well, being very selective. 2 people in scoring position. That's exactly the approach you need to make.
Did a nice job of laying off the high floater. It's 2-0. Hartman's pitch swung on and missed. 2-1 now.
Good rip. Head was down. Good job right there. Excellent.
Fort Lee has runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the 6th. Trying to cut into a 4-0 Cliffside Park lead. That's too low. And it gets past the catcher Benitez, but not far enough for any advance.
So right now, with a 3-1 count, hitters count, Hartman should be thinking it's an open base. So don't want to just feed her a fat one right now.
And it's inside, ball 4.
Actually, he looks like a hitter.
Either way, bases are loaded. For Michelle Kim, who singled her last time up, went the other way to right field. And a huge opportunity for her right here.
Yeah, right now, bases loaded, 2 outs. Let's see if Fort Lee can cash in.
Ground ball towards second.
Base
it's
hit.
Into right field. 1 run is home. 2 runs are home. It's a 2-run single for Kim. And Fort Lee closes the gap to 4-2, now with runners on first and third.
Excellent job from Michelle. Second at bat, 2 RBI single, clutch. Hit the ball really hard. And now you got this tying runs on base.
For Francesca Lupino, who has struck out looking and sacrifice bunted. She first pitch swings right through for 0-1. Huge spot for Michelle Kim. RBIs number 14 and 15. As Lupino comes up empty, it's 0-2. On the inside corner, strike 3 called, and the side is retired. But Fort Lee breaks through with 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It's Cliffside Park 4 and Fort Lee 2. Ashley Bustamante, Neve Cabrera, and Miranda Citarella, 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Cliffside Park against Lily Schulman. And there's a called strike. It's 0-1. Bustamante is 1 for 3. She singled her last time up and actually wound up getting thrown out trying to score on a ground ball to third. Up and away, 1-1.
Now, Schulman, right after your team just scores 2 runs, Schulman needs to have a shutdown inning right now, right? To keep the momentum on the Fort Lee side.
And the Bridgman will have the top of the order coming up in the bottom of the inning. We're sitting here between innings talking softball, competitive men's softball, which I never played. I've only played in rec leagues, but you, Mr. LoPresti.
Well, I was a college baseball player that didn't get picked to the pros. So what we would do is we would, play semi-pro baseball.
So you guys were all ringers, basically.
You might say that.
CC Sabathia has been playing softball in Central Park.
Well, it's a little different, but I got on a competitive team, and I was in a really highly competitive league, actually in Richfield Park.
On the ground toward third.
Foul.
It just went foul.
So I anecdoted this story the other day in a baseball game that I actually learned a lot of baseball strategy by playing in that highly competitive softball league. It was a slow pitch league, so a flat pitch league. So you couldn't strike anybody out. So it was all about outs and strategies. And
ground ball goes up the middle and
hit.
Through to center field. The leadoff single for Bustamante, her second hit of the afternoon.
Okay, so right here now, Fort Lee needs to tighten their defense. And with number 4 up, I really don't think they're going to bunt. They're probably going to try to steal instead. But so Fort Lee needs to come up with a big play right here.
Here's Neve Cabrera. She's walked, doubled, and scored, and grounded to second. So officially 1 for 2. Crowding the plate, takes low and away.
Do you see many pitch outs in softball?
No.
Right.
Certainly not at the high school level.
Well, I watched some NCAA games, the tournament games, the World Series games. They're exciting as heck, boy. I don't remember seeing any of them either. Great spot.
Grounded through.
No first
Actually, no, it's scooped up at first by Ernay, who makes the play unassisted for out number 1 as Bustamante moves up to second base.
3 unassisted. So Fort Lee gets the out. Cabrera, that was fantastic hitting. Went with the pitch, outside fastball, but right at the first baseman. But they advanced the runner.
Here's Citarella, who's 0 for 3. She reached on an error her last time up. Pitches in the dirt.
No go.
And no advance by Bustamante.
Yeah, Joelle behind the plate is just great. Keeps the ball in front. She does a great job.
It'll be a 1-0. Topped foul, third base side, 1-1. Big spot here for Fort Lee and Lily Schulman. She wants to try and strand that runner on second and keep this a 2-run game going to the bottom of the last. In the dirt, another scoop from Park. So it's 2-1.
Well, Schulman's trying to keep the ball down.
On the ground toward third. Up with it is Casal, but it got away. Getting up from third, Bustamante. She'll score to make it 5-0 as Citarella pulls into second.
Well, it's a very risky play, right? Short dribbler, the runner on second tried to advance on the slow roller. The toss to third was a little high. Came at the same time the runner came in there and unfortunately couldn't be handled.
Citarella to second. And Kaylin Benitez, who's gone 1 for 3 with a run scored. First pitch swinging into right field. Turning third, coming home ahead of the throw, sliding in safely is Citarella. And standing on at second base is Kalen Benitez after an RBI single. It is now 6-2 in favor of Cliffside Park.
And Cliffside gets those 2 runs right back. Didn't take long.
And exactly not what Fort Lee wanted.
No, it wasn't.
After they cut the 4-0 lead in half just moments ago. So Benitez aboard with her second hit of the day. And it brings up Dariana Sanchez, who's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored.
Right.
She takes high.
And Benitez advances to second on the throw home. Right? Yep.
Correct you are, sir.
Yeah, that's a speed-up runner. Speed-up runner for the catcher.
Little dribbler to the right side. Goes out of play. It's Baldwin, I believe. We saw her earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
That is called a strike on the outside corner.
That's a great pitch. Well, Fort Lee right here needs to slam the door shut right now. Stop the bleeding. You know, it's senior day. You never know. Home team bats last.
2-strike pitch coming to Sanchez. Too high.
Well, tried to go up the ladder right there. And Sanchez didn't bite.
That's in the dirt. Runner heading for third. Slides in. Safely.
Yep, couldn't handle it.
So give Baldwin another stolen base. Pitch to Sanchez. Popped right side. Off the screen, actually.
Yep, these half-shell backstops are a necessity in our suburban areas. Try to protect the balls going to roads.
And that's ball 4 as Sanchez draws a 1-out walk.
On the baseball field down at Stillman, it actually robs out sometimes. Infield pops. But it's can't avoid it. They didn't have it there. It'd be balls hitting cars all the time.
Here's Hartman, the pitcher. She's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. And she takes on the outside corner.
Backdoor pick.
For a strike. Throw to third, not in time. As the runner
advances on a double
moves
steal.
Up on the steal.
Yeah, first and third situation. Very potent offensive situation.
That's Riftopoulos, I believe, running at second.
Now, pitcher Hartman trying to help her cause here.
So second and third with still 1 out. 2 runs in for Cliffside Park. They're out to a 6-2 advantage. Good block again by Joelle Park behind the plate. She has been busy all afternoon. Pitch to Hartman. Popped up right side. Could be trouble. Goes out of play.
Well, Hartman's battling in there, but so is Shulman. Shulman's not giving up. Still throwing hard, throwing strikes.
Runners up second and third with 1 out. On the ground to the right side. Foul.
So what you want to do is, right, if the other team, all they're trying to do is hit the other way, you want to throw heat inside, which will jam them up, or throw off speed outside.
That is too low, and now the count, I believe, is full.
Right, so heat inside. They can't get their hands out, the barrel head out, and then causes a weak hit ball. And then off-speed pitch on outside, the bat head will flip through and
Fouled at the plate.
yep.
Good battle here between Hartman and Shulman.
Yep.
Two starting pitchers. This might be the longest at bat we've seen all day, Mike.
Well, it's a battle. Two pitchers going at each other.
Here it comes again. Popped foul to the screen yet again. This is getting into Luis Guillorme territory for spring training.
I don't know
was
about that one.
21 pitches?
Yes.
That is too low. Now the count's full.
Guillermo's just one of the 24 Mets who are on the injured reserve or injured list.
7 of their 9 opening day starting lineup. Although the GOAT comes back tomorrow night, Jacob deGrom. Payoff pitch. Too high, ball 4. Second straight walk allowed by Shulman. And it loads the bases for Jasmine Garcia, who has not been retired today. Single, a walk, reached on an error.
Well, DeGrom's the GOAT of the Mets, right? That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Right up there with Tom Seaver at this point.
I don't know.
Lined in the right. That falls in for a hit. 1 run scores. And that's all they'll get out of it. RBI single for Garcia to make it a 7-4 score.
Well, I'm a Seaver guy, so I think while Jake right now is like
Got a little ways to go.
He's the greatest today, I think. Dominant. New York is privileged to have 2 of the best pitchers in baseball. In New York, another base hit. Oh, got him out at first.
And this one gets away. Safe at home as the runner moves up to third. They got 2 runs out of that.
Yeah, game's getting
And
out
it's
of
now
hand
9-4.
Yep, game's getting out of hand.
9-2, I beg your pardon. So now a runner on third with 2 outs. For Bigler.
Yep, Cliffside has batted around. This is their best hitter.
Came in at over 600 for the batting average on the season. Hopped up left side, carrying into left field. Lupino, beg your pardon, Wong, able to make the catch. And the side is finally retired, but not before Cliffside Park tacks on 5 runs. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, it's the Red Raiders 9 and the Bridgmen 2.
Yeah, Yichi made a great play on that. Drop step, ran back, got underneath it. Awesome job. Covered a lot of ground and the inning.
Let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last licks for the Bridgman. Kelly McCann, first pitch swinging, fouls it straight back for 0-1. McCann walked, popped out, put down a sacrifice bunt, so she is officially just 0 for 1 on the day. Bridgman need a miracle. They trail 9-2. And they count now 1-1. Marc Ernay, Mike LoPresti with you from Fort Lee High School. Glad you could be with us here on YouTube. That one is popped up into shallow right center. And the catch is made for out number 1.
Yeah, and again, right now it's all about pride, right? So you never, ever want to give it a bat away. So that's what the Fort Lee hitters should be doing right now. They should be demoralized. You're up at play. It's you against the pitcher. So you want to. That's the challenge, right? That's the competition right there.
Here's Joelle Park, 0 for 1, a ground out. She was hit by a pitch and walked.
All right. It's 1-on-1, and everybody just getting up there, and you just don't want to make out. You don't want to make out in the last inning. You don't want to be the last out in the last inning.
Swung on, another one to the right side, falling fast. And it falls in for a hit. Good try by Nieves, who went to the ground trying to make the catch, but could not come up with the ball before it bounced. First hit of the day for Park. And it brings up Luciana Casal, who's got 0 for 3.
Hey, nice job by Joelle today. Nice game by Joelle. Now let's see our number 3 hitter, Luciano.
First pitch swinging, it's popped up. And grabbed for out number 2 on the left side of the infield. So the Bridgemen are down to their final out.
Very aggressive. Unfortunately, couldn't make solid contact. So this is it, right? So nobody wants to make the last out here.
It's up to Lily Shulman. She's 0 for 2 with a walk. And she takes outside for 1-0. Up and away, 2-0. 9 runs, 10 hits, 8 left on base for Cliffside Park. So far, 2 runs on 3 hits, with 7 left on for the Bridgemen. That's a base hit into center field as Park stops at second, and the Bridgemen are still alive. So Shulman keeps the train going. Now it's up to Francesca Arnone, who's struck out, sacrificed, and walked. So officially 0 for 1 with a run scored. She takes inside. Ball gets away. Throw to third, not in time. Both runners able to move up.
Very risky taking that base, but it worked. So now 2 people in scoring position. Right? Arnone gets a base hit here.
Make it very interesting. The 1-0 in for a called strike, 1-1.
Borderline pitch right there.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many of those high strikes called. That one was the 1-1 inside for 2-1. Fort Lee down to its final out in its next to last home game of 2021. Swing and a miss, and now the Bridgemen down to their final strike. Runners at second and third. 2-2 was on the ground to short. Throw in time, and the ball game is over. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left as the Bridgemen are defeated in a game that took an hour and 47 minutes. Final score of 9-2. Well, Mike, Fort Lee falls to 3-15 on the season. 2-7 here at home. Cliffside Park now 10-8, including a record of 8-4. Beg your pardon, 3-4 on the road.
Well, I had a great time today, and it just one inning. You could eliminate that one inning, that one bad inning where everything kind of fell apart right there. Fort Lee's in the game, and if you think about it, right, it's a 4-2 game, and they get a couple of guys on in the last inning. Hey, you never know.
Final line score, Cliffside Park with 9 runs on 10 hits, 8 left on base. Fort Lee, 2 runs on 5 hits. They left 9 aboard. The winning pitcher is Ariana Hartman. The losing pitcher is Lily Schulman. And again, Mr. LoPresti, Coach LoPresti, it's been a pleasure. I enjoyed the afternoon.
Yeah, same here. Great working with you, and I'm looking forward. I'll be back again tomorrow's game. Looking forward to it.
I want to thank Jordan Sarnoff and the entire production crew for having us. We want to thank you for sticking with us on what turned out to be a pretty cloudy afternoon here in Fort Lee, but a nice day for softball. Although the end result not so nice for Fort Lee, the Bridgemen go down to defeat by a final score of 9-2. For my partner, Mike LoPresti, I'm Marc Ernay saying thank you so much for joining us as we bid you a fond good evening from Fort Lee, New Jersey.